Hello everyone, I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. So, I've just been finishing up some mining here in one of my mines, and I finally have found something I've been searching for, and that thing is copper. So I'm in a copper mine here, and we've got a couple of things in here. So we've got some raw iron, some raw copper, raw pyrite, and raw chalcopyrite. So these two, I believe, the chalcopyrite and the copper are going to give us some copper. Obviously, iron gives us iron, and I believe pyrite also is going to give us some iron. So this is a good source of iron and copper. So we finally found that vein, which is one I've been searching for a little while. So it actually wasn't that far from the base. The base is over here. I just was looking for a few veins over here, and we found copper right here. So that worked out quite well. Obviously, we'll need to find more of these, but this is a good starting point for now. And this general area out here has been kind of pretty good for ores. So we've got lapis out here, redstone, quite a bit of gold veins, although I will be honest, there's not a lot of gold in these. I mean, there's some, but it's mostly iron, so I'm not really sure why there's called a gold vein, although, I mean, we've got, look at all these up here. So, what is that? 8 of them right around us, so there's plenty of that. We've also got some of the basaltic mineral sand veins, oil sands, and some tin, diamond, so we're doing quite well in our local area of ores, and I still want to explore out in this area over here to see what we can find there. But anyways, let's get out of this mine and head back to the base, because I do want to do a few things today, and I'm thinking that we need to get in some improved storage capabilities, so that's one of the things I want to try and do today. And I did bookmark a few things, but there's a few other quests I want to get on with, so let's see if we can get back to the base. Which way are we going? We're going this way. I do tend to get lost when I come out of the mine sometimes. Does happen occasionally. The sun is setting, so we may have to sleep in the middle of our way back, but that's alright. Let's get those off. There we go. But yeah, the goal for today is going to be to get some storage, at least some better type of storage. So what we're going to try and make today are some barrels and some drawers. So this is going to allow us to get some kind of bulk storage of specific items. Mostly I'm thinking things like cobblestone, dirt, gravel, sand maybe. Things that we're going to get stacks and stacks of. Probably also some of the ingots as well, but we don't have quite that many of those yet. Although I am getting quite a bit of iron now, so that is something that is coming together quite nicely. But yeah, base is still looking as good as it was. I'm quite happy with it. I did put some of those lamps on the front, kind of right over the doors. I thought that was kind of nice. So, yeah. I have added a few more trees as well. I think we've got, yep, we're going some avocados. We've got gooseberries. This one hasn't grown yet, but that is a papaya. And we also have some grapefruit. So, a couple more things there. Also, I meant to do this. I actually forgot. I said we were going to check out how these were working last time, and I didn't do it. So, I did actually make a few more animal traps. So, these are already actually quite full. So, we're getting some stuff here. So, raw rabbit, raw chicken, some feathers, eggs. A couple of good things in here. So, there's some raw beef in that one. So, yeah, a couple of good things in there. I'm going to have to empty those out a bit later. But, yeah, so let me clean up my inventory. So, as you can see, yeah, we've got a ton of cobblestone. I need a way of storing this better because this chest is almost full completely now. Here's the ingot chest. So, yeah, we've got quite a bit of iron on us, and there's some in here as well. So, I think we've got almost 5 stacks about. So, we're doing quite good. Let's drop these ores off for now. In fact, actually, let's smelt the copper. Yeah, let's smelt that. Let's just smelt some of this. Grab my bucket. In fact, I should probably take it from this one. This one's full up. I do need to break this. It's okay if we waste the creosote oil, I think, at this point in time. But we've got 3 of these things, so we're not doing too bad on that. Oops. There we go. And let's put away some of these things. And then get into it. Alright. Let's go to bed as well. So, yeah, I've been doing a bit of mining, a couple of veins, and I'm glad we found that copper one. So, let's get into it. So I also wanted to make these better chests. So copper chest, iron chest, and gold chest. Particularly, I want the gold chest, although that is going to be quite a bit expensive because we don't really have a lot of gold. And yeah, I've got 29 gold. In fact, let me just show you. I was doing some mining earlier in one of the gold veins right outside the base, this one right here. And I mined out a massive part of it. Not that massive, I guess, but I mined out a decent part of it. And just to kind of put it into some perspective here. Yeah, I mined out a reasonable area, I'd say. And I got about, I think, 8 gold ore. So we didn't get much at all from all of this. It is a sporadic one, so you don't get it too much, but you do get a few. But I just think we didn't get much at all from that. So I did have a few bits of gold from other mining areas, but yeah, we don't have a lot of gold. But I really want to get that gold chest. I think we've got enough to make one. So the idea is that I want to get that gold chest, basically get this one up to gold chest so that we'll get more storage in here, because this is where I've got my tools. I can organize this better. So before we do that, I want to make these barrels. So these barrels are not that bad to make. We just need a bit of wood. We do need some slabs. I do have, yeah, I've got, let's use jungle wood, in fact. I do need to chop down the trees out there again, but I'll do that later. And I don't know if I've shown the slabs. You can make them with these, with the saw, I think. Yep, right there. Let's make a couple, and let's see if we can get this barrel made up. There we go. So, I think we need to make a few, and there we go. That's a quest. So, we are going to also, I've been just looking at the smelter again, we are going to work on that very soon. I know I keep saying that, but I just figured storage was more of an important thing. So, coming up soonish, maybe not next episode, but very soon, we're going to get on that because we do need to do that. But, yep, there's the quest for the barrels, so we do get a reward. This isn't too bad with the wood, I think. Let's take the loot bag. I also forgot to open the loot bags last time, too, because I did say I was going to do that. So I'll definitely try to remember to do that. Which one was this? Which one did I get? Basic Stone Age. Okay, I don't know why that wasn't stacking. Oh, that was strange. Put the coin in as well. We also completed this quest. And ooh, a foot long. I'll take that. Oh, no, wait. Copper ore berries. We might need those. Let's take those instead. We did take the iron ore berries from one of the other quests around that area, so I am going to have to use these at some point. Well, I don't have to, but I think it'd be possibly useful. We'll see. They do need low light to be placed. That's a whole nother system we'll have to get into at a later time, but it's good to have them around. So, these barrels, actually, what I was thinking was, let's take this little pillar down. This is what I was thinking to put these in. I was thinking we do something like this. Maybe a torch up there for now. And basically how these work is you just grab all this cobblestone. There we go. We can just put it all in. So that's going to free up a bunch of space. We can do the same on, honestly, with all these. Just put all these in. So let's put gravel, sand, and if you just right click, it'll just put it all in. Don't have as much dirt, but that'll work. Yeah, and that frees up quite a bit of space. I think that looks quite good. So that's a good little upgrade right there. So let's take that off the list for now. Let's work on these chests as well. So I've bookmarked copper, iron, and gold chests. We'll make them all. They are all quests. So we've got quest here. We've got this one. And then we've got, obviously, this one. Now, already looking at the words, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to take the chest upgrades because these are not cheap to make. I mean, at our current stage, they're not cheap to make. Let's grab the copper as well. Almost finished it. Oh, that completed the quest for copper finally. There we go. Ooh, that's unlocked a couple of things as well. That's good. We are progressing. Now we can take the footlong. Let's take the footlong from this one. And we'll put that in our lunchbox. Food is definitely improved. I'm glad we sorted that out a little bit before. It's definitely been an improvement from what we've been doing before. Put the coins away. And we'll put the copper in here for now. Oh, speaking of which, I also wanted to show you something else. So, with the iron pickaxe and the tinker tools in general, we have to repair these from time to time. Now, before, what I was doing was I would put in the tool station, and I'd put an ingot, and basically you have to do it one at a time. It'd repair it like this. It does take a bit of time, but I did find out, and I discovered actually, that if you go to the crafting station, put your tool in the middle, and you can just wrap it around, and you can do it all in one go. So, all that in just one click. You have to place the iron around it, put the tool in the middle, and it does repair it for you. So that is quite a handy little thing I found. So I do carry a crafting station on me now. I did have a tool station, but the crafting station is a little bit more versatile, especially if I need to craft something. So that was quite good. So let's get on with making these. So the recipes are pretty much all the same. It's just different materials. So we'll make them. How many do we need for each of these? One copper chest. Or you want me to make 2 of these. And 1 gold chest. Let's start with the copper. I'll just grab all of these. Better to have them than not. So we need 4 double plates and 2 screws per chest. So let's do the iron one first just because we need to do that twice. And this is going to be quite a bit of iron. I think we need... Yeah, we're going to need to... That's half a stack. In fact, that is quite a bit. And let's grab our hammer. Oh, we're going to need a new hammer. Yep, there goes the hammer. So this is why we've got multiple crafting tables. This way I can just kind of move everything around. Oops, let's grab some bamboo. I'm missing everything. We go. New iron hammer. In fact, you know what? I've got enough iron. Let's make 2. We're going to go through these tools like crazy. Alright, let's get some more iron plates. And then I think, do that. Yep, there we go. And now we need to make the iron screws, which is just a file. You cut it in half, and then you file it back together. And I need to do that again. There we go. I do need to start making a collection of these different tools here, so I need to start getting kind of stocked up on plates, screws, bolts maybe. Yeah, that might be something I need to do, but for now I'm just kind of doing it on demand. Just to save on resources right now. So, I need some chests as well, don't I? What do we have on front here? We've got a decent amount. Let's do... let's make 8 chests. We are going to need a bit of wood for that, though. We've got some rubber wood in here. Let's use that. And we'll take a bit of you. Yeah, it's a good thing to have multiple crafting tables because you do have to use a lot of different recipes. There we go, 8 chests. Now we should be able to make 2 of these. Yep, 2 iron chests. Now we can make the copper chests. Thankfully we only need to make, I think, 1 of these, so we only need to use 16 copper for that. Where's my hammer? Let's just do them both at the same time. That is a lot of my gold, but that's alright. And double plates. Yeah, I mean, look at that. We've already gone down 30% of the hammer, so these tools from the iron variety do not last too long. Hopefully we'll be able to get better materials soon so we can get these to last longer. We should at some point soon, but for now we have to work with what we've got. So let's make the iron screws, copper screws. Oh, I'm going to need another file as well, aren't I? Yep, there goes the file. Alright, let's work on that. There we go, we got the iron chest quest. We need more plates. See, this is where things get a little bit complicated. I definitely need to get a stock of these going. Yeah, we definitely need to work on that. If anything, maybe I should just make multiple of these tools at once. There we go. And let's get our copper bolts. Yeah, I need a bigger chest just for organization. There's just not enough space in this one chest for this. I know I could have made a double chest, but that's just how it worked out for me. Alright, we're almost there. I made a bit extra, didn't I? Of course I did. That's fine. We'll probably need multiple gold chests anyways. So, that should be a copper chest, and that should be a gold chest. Yep, that should kick off a couple of quests. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna take the chest upgrades because these are very expensive. So how these work is you just right-click it on the thing you want. So wood to copper chest. You just click it on the chest and it'll turn into a copper one. I don't know if I want to turn these into copper chests or not yet. I have to think about that. But this one, yep, 2 wood to iron chest upgrades. And we also definitely taking that one. And I'm definitely gonna do this. Yeah, so that is a massive upgrade in storage capabilities. Just put some of these in. I made extra copper screws too, I just noticed. Let's put these away. And I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put these just yet. I could... Oh, this is a mess. We'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that after. So let's put these in here for now. Just get some storage in there. Not sure where I'm going to put this bale yet, but I did want to get on with a few more quests as well, storage related today. So this is the other one we want to do. So these are kind of like bales as well. So, but these, you can also make other varieties of them. So let's see if we have enough material to get through all of this. So it is going to be quite a bit of slabs. Let's go also to sleep because it is nighttime. But yeah, this is going to help us in our storage capabilities. So I'm quite happy about that. I like this a lot right here. I think that looks kind of nice for storage. So let's see. We're going to need quite a bit of wood though. That's the only thing we have to think about with this. There's quite a bit of wood involved. So in fact, let me bookmark these. Looks like we need to make 4 of each. So take these out. You can see it does connect to the gold chest still with the crafting station. You can scroll down, so lots of space now. I'll be able to organize, I think, a little bit better now. So we need some slabs for this guy. We also need more chests. Do we? Do we have any chests left? Did we really go through all the chests already? Oh no, I put them in here, didn't I? Yep. Silly me. Although that may not be enough, we'll see. Probably won't because we need 4 for this alone. So actually, you know what? Let's just get ahead of it. Make more chests. Yeah, you do go through a tremendous amount of wood in this pack. It is a lot. And we're going to need more stuff. Okay, let's grab our saw and cut some stuff here. Get a little bit more planks. There we go. Almost there. Do need a little bit more flint as well, but that's all right. I can get that quite easily. So yeah, with these bales, you can just right-click to take the items out as well, I think. No, it's left-click, excuse me. If you shift right-click, you take a stack. Nope, shift left-click, you take a stack, excuse me. Again, if you shift right-click, you can lock the bale, but that's something we'll have to do for other things later. Yeah, you can unlock it. That's how those work. So let's see. Put these in. That should give us some more chests. Alright, so now we can work on the oak drawer, which does need us to make a couple more of these. In fact, we're going to need quite a bit more of these. We need a little bit more. And there we go. That's the 4 of these, the 1x1s. Now we do the 1x2s, which is going to be 2 chests. And this is going to be quite a bit of wood, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Alright, this is going to require some wood. This is a lot of wood we're about to go through. I'm going to definitely need to chop down trees after this, if we even have enough. Let's just make a bunch of these slabs for the moment. Saw's about to go down as well, I can see. There we go. That should be enough for that. And I'm going to assume it's going to only get more expensive. Yep, you need 4 chests. So they do get more expensive if you want to do the 2x2s. Because this holds 4 items in the same block, so it is quite efficient. But this is going to require now another 16 chests. That's a stack of wood on just logs. So you know what? Let's go and chop some trees down because we're going to need to. I do have some trees growing over there. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we'll be able to get the lumber axe, which is going to allow us to chop the trees down in a single hit, but it is going to take a while for us to get to the point where we can actually make that. So that is something we have to do later, but it will be quite a good upgrade. Now, when I do chop these trees down, something that is quite handy is when you can collect the saplings, if you have them right next to your axe, you can just right-click and it places it down without you having to change your items. So that's quite a useful little thing you can do. It's the same thing as you do with the torches with the pickaxe. Right-click, places it down. So, same idea. You just do that, basically. There we go. Not too worried about picking up all the saplings. I've got I might have over 1,000 of them now in one of the chests. I've got a tremendous amount of these saplings. Yeah, it is a little bit time consuming to get some of these trees down. Yeah, this is essentially what the process looks like. Now, a little bit of a taste of what it's like in between. There's a lot of labor involved to have to work for this. But eventually, we'll have better ways of doing these things. We'll be able to have automations do these things for us. And we'll be able to focus our attention on other things. But for now, we have to do things the manual way. So, a lot of work. Go. Decent amount of wood so far. Yeah, it does take time, but you get there in the end. This one's a big one. I'll skip that one for now. It's just going to take too long to get that one, I think. Just need to get a little bit more wood so we can get that next quest taken out. Go. Just a couple more to go. In fact, I forgot to put the sapling on that one. I've already over a stack of wood, but let's get these last two over here for now. The only thing about these oak trees, again, something like when you get something like that, it does take a little bit more effort to chop it down. So, for the sake of the video, at least I'll skip over that one. Here we go. See how much we got. Yeah, decent amount. We still have some of that jungle wood as well, but need a little bit of a restock on the wood there. So, let's go and make those drawers. There we go. So, I'm going to need a bit more of this. In fact, we're going to need a saw for sure, so let's make that. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead here and make 2 of them. If I can remember the recipe off the top of my head. Yep, there we go. Yeah, now I can make 2 of them, I feel like. I do need to organize this. Alright, so let's do that. Get some more planks. I'll just use all of that. Why not? And that should help us. Yeah, that's what goes into making 16 chests. So, that's a lot of wood for 16 chests. But when you still need the flint, which is probably going to need me to use you. Thankfully, we can get flint a bit easier now. And there we go. That should be enough. I put them in the wrong spot. I always do that. I always mix these 2 up. And there we go. 16 chests made. So if we've got the slabs, which we almost have, let's cut a few of these as well. Get a few more slabs going. Should have been a bit more prepared here with the wood for today. I didn't realize this was going to be so expensive. But there we go. We got there in the end. So there's the 2x2 drawers, and that completes the quest. No, I'm starting to think I should have taken this quest here. That wasn't as bad. It's the 2x2s that were bad. But yep, that gives us buttered potato, which does give us some dairy, which is good. I'm doing a bit better on dairy, 34%. Actually, I don't think I've eaten much of them that I've actually gotten here, but it's okay. So yeah, that's where we are there. So let's see what else we've got. We do have these. Now, these are quite nice as well, the compact drawers, which are essentially the same thing we just did. But wow, 5 chests. You want me to make... how many more chests would we need for this? 2. I think we need like 14 more. Don't know if I even have enough wood for that right now. Might be able to scrounge it together. Got a little bit of collection of wood here. Let's see if we can do it. Give it a shot. Let's see. Let's use all the birch up. Definitely gonna need to get a lot of wood after this, because this is using up a lot. A lot of wood's going into this one. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Grab you. Should have done this from the beginning, but I'm gonna do it now. Grab the mortar. There we go. 1 stack of flint. That should last us a bit of time at least. Should be 11. Let's see. How much should I say? 14, I think. Yeah, let's get 16 up again. Here we go. That should give us that. Let's bookmark those as well. At least they give you 2 on these. We do need more slabs as well. Let's cut this one. I think we just need 2 of those and 2 of those. There we go. Alright, that wasn't that bad in the end. It is nighttime again. Let's sleep. And yeah, so definitely going to be able to use these to improve our storage situation. In fact, these drawers were kind of what I was thinking of using over in this room. So what I'm thinking of is, obviously in that area we're kind of using those for coke ovens, but they're a little bit more bricked up here. And I was thinking we have something like, just to give you an example, won't look like this, but something like this. And we'll just have a bunch of different foods in here because we are getting a tremendous amount. I had to put another chest up here for overflow purposes. But yeah, something like that's what I'm thinking about. We did finish that, which gives us more loaded baked potatoes. Oh, those are buttered potatoes. This is a loaded baked potato. I will put that in there for now. Let's see. We do have this. Yes, the framing table. It's not too difficult to make. So this is going to allow us to actually make the drawers look a bit fancier, I think. I'm not quite sure how it works, but let's just make it to end off for today. And then we'll open the loot bags. I'm not going to forget that this time. Let's see what we need to make this. So we do need these trims, which isn't that bad. Just some slabs again. Got some fences here. And let's see what we need. We do need to make the trims, which are... Which one is it? I can't find the recipe anymore. Okay, let's see if we can search it up. Might just have to be the oak trim you make it, yeah. Like that. So we need a little bit of slabs again, which we can do. Yeah, we'll just use that. 2, 3. And that should be our framing table, just like that. Now, I'm not quite sure how this works. Let's put it over here for now. Nope, I wanted that over here. There we go. The quest reward. Oh, this gives us frame drawers. I'm tempted to take the 2x2 just because of how expensive I bet you those are. Let's do that. In terms of wood. So, yeah, if you put this in, I think you can kind of imprint a block or something on it. I'm not quite sure what I would want to do, so I'll leave that one for now. But, Yeah, so that's something we also were able to get. So yeah, that completed quite a couple of quests. So we got those done, we got those done, we made some barrels. So this is going to improve our overall storage situation. You know, I think that's going to help us. Certainly could be useful over there at some point. And yeah, so before we end, we're going to open up some loot bags, which I may need to clear out my inventory a bit for, so let's put some stuff away. Let's put some of these in here for now. Let's put those saws up as well. And let's go over here and drop off a few items. Yeah, this took a little bit longer, I think, than I was expecting, but I think we got there in the end. Alright, there we go. That should clear out our inventory somewhat. So, let's open up some... let's open up the fast food ones first. Slow food, fast food. Let's do the fast food one first, see what we get. Ooh, we got a cake! Yum, yum, yum. What's that? Potato strips, not yet eaten. That's good. And we got some blackberry juice. Let's open up this one. Ooh. General Tussauds chicken. Very good food. Starfruit jelly sandwich, also pretty good looking. Alright, let's move on to the basic Stone Age ones. We'll see what we can get from that. Some poisonous potato and mushroom stew. Well, I don't think I need to eat the poisonous potato. I did eat one already, but I don't think we need to eat those regularly. We got some ladders and some celery and peanut butter. And we got some leather and seeds. So, not too great, but food is always a good thing, I'd say, right now. So that's good. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers the storage kind of things I wanted to get done. I'll definitely try and utilize those to kind of improve storage overall around the base. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I think I'm going to leave this one there. So I'll see you next time.